Hey you guys, so I just got out of class and everything, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about something. I was debating on if I wanted to talk about it or not, but I was like, well, might as well go ahead. So this is what made me decide to talk about it. I was on Instagram and I follow Erica Mena. She's Bow Wow's fiance, I think she still is. And I'll tell you on how I came following her. Okay, before I was like obsessed with Bow Wow, whose real name is Shaq Moss. But anyways, I was obsessed with him. But then he had a kid, which made me not so much obsessed with him because I don't like guys with kids already. I want to have your first child. Like, that's how I am. Like, if we're together, I'm gonna be having your first child. And so I ended up finding his fiance recently or whatever, and I saw about how she posted about having a miscarriage 5 months ago and everything. And I think that was last month, so it might be 6 months now. I don't know. So like, apparently people, including him, they were talking bad about her for talking about it. I feel like there's nothing wrong about talking about it because I feel like 5 months isn't enough to get over it at all. And I felt that way because it's been almost 7 months since I had a miscarriage, and I'm not over it. So why would you expect anyone to get over that? If you got over it quickly, good for you. But I feel like it's just something hard to get over, especially when you see like all these people having kids and everything, and you just want that, and you haven't, like, you're trying, but it hasn't happened for you yet. So it sucks because that's the point I'm at now. And so I could relate to like how she's feeling because I still feel the hurt. Like, it didn't just magically vanish 2 months after it happened. That would have been my child, just like that would have been her child. How would you feel if something happened to the child that you have now, if you have children? How would you feel? You would feel horribly hurt, right? You wouldn't get over it after 2 months, right? You would still have that pain, right? Exactly. So just because she didn't physically hold her child or anything like that, she still knew that there was a child inside her. I'm pretty sure there were hopes and dreams and everything that she had while thinking about that child, like a whole bunch of stuff, like about how her child would look and all that kind of stuff, like just thinking about it. And it sucks because people are mean. Like, why would you just be rude? And I decided to talk about it because the fact that her fiance, or whoever he is to her now, the fact that he would sit there and actually like bash her like that is messed up, because how is she supposed to be strong when he's doing her like that? Like, you guys both lost that child. You shouldn't sit there and be like, so basically you don't care, right? Because how can I put it? Okay, I understand you got over it quickly, good for you, but that's still the girl that you plan on marrying, right? So why would you do that? Why would you publicly do her like that? Like, I feel like if you don't understand how it's affecting her, okay, just be there and be quiet. Be there for her. But don't get mad because she has an opinion about it and she wants to talk about it, because that's her choice. If she wants to talk about it, she can. If that's a part of her healing process, okay, then that's a part of it. But so I've been thinking and everything, and my husband and I, we want to have a child, and so I don't know like what's wrong or why it hasn't happened for us again yet. So I'm just sitting here like patiently waiting, like googling all sorts of things. Like, I even googled like the IVF thing, and I saw IUI, but I didn't look that one up yet. But I did look up the IVF and everything, and I was looking at prices and everything, but it was like it's more of a thing for people who can't get pregnant. And since I know that I can because I did before, but it ended in miscarriage, that probably wouldn't be the smartest way, since apparently on average in the US the amount for like all the trials and everything comes around to $12,400, and I don't want to do all of that and then end up being able to get pregnant naturally, like, because then all of that money could have been spent on my child. So I don't know, but that's one of the things I've been thinking of. And I was looking at different things like acupuncture. I can't say it right, anyways, but I was looking at that, and I was trying to get one of my friends to go with me, but it's where I was looking at and everything, it was saying that it definitely helps if you're having like IVF, whatever things, IVF. But if you're going through that, then it definitely helps. But there aren't any proven factors that it helps, like if you aren't. But I feel like it's worth a try. I feel like any and everything is worth a try at this point, because that's something I want. Like when people ask me like, why do you want a child or whatever, like when I see people in the store and if they ask me like, do you have kids, if they're with their kids or something, and then they, like when I'm at work and everything, like when I'm ringing them up, and when they ask me and I'm like no, then they be like, good, just wait a while. And I'm just sitting there like, no, I don't want to wait a while. I understand it's a lot of work and everything, but after all of this struggle just for this to happen for me, I would be so freaking happy just to have a child. Like I wouldn't care. Like if my child acts up in public, like of course I'd be a little upset, but at the end of the day I'd be like, okay, I really, this is like my miracle child apparently, because it was so hard to have the child. So I feel like that, but everybody feels like I should wait, and I can't explain. And when they ask me like, well, why do you want a child, you're only so young or whatever, I'm just like, I can't explain it to you. I don't know how to explain it anymore. Like before, when I first wanted a child, it was like, okay, I want a child, if it happens, it happens, I'm not gonna like force it or anything. But then after I got pregnant, and then I found out that I was pregnant and everything, so it was a surprise, because I wasn't really like checking to see if I was or not. So I found out by surprise, and then after the miscarriage and everything, it's like for some reason I want it even more, and I don't know how to explain it. Like I was looking up things on the internet and everything about people who had went through it and everything, and how they felt about it and all of that. And I saw some stuff about how I feel, like being upset, like whenever you see other people like that are pregnant, or like people that are due around your original due date, like that used to upset like me for a lot. But right now I have friends that are pregnant. Like one of my close friends, she used to be my husband's best friend, but I took her for myself. But yeah, she's pregnant right now, and she's having a boy, and he's gonna be my godson. So I'm just gonna treat him as like a child for me until it happens for me. So yeah. So but I just want to know, is there anything else that I could do, or anything that I could maybe like take or anything? Because I was looking up a lot of stuff like that stork invention or whatever. I looked at that, but I was like, ooh, this is awkward, because we don't use something that we have to use for that. We don't use it. And then I was reading other stuff about like even if you, okay, my doctor, when I went to see her for a consultation and everything, she told me she asked me if I had been tracking like when I ovulate and everything, and then she told me to make sure to, after like the week after I have my period. But that confused me, because I ovulate like 2 weeks after I have my period, so I don't understand. I don't know. And then I read something about don't just ovulate when you're, don't just try for when you are ovulating. Try like 2 days before you know you're ovulating, because you could miss the window. Like, so now I'm gonna try that because I really want to, and it's just like a lot. And then I was so upset yesterday when I got my period, because I didn't want to have it, because I want a baby. So it's like, not only is the pain like sucky from having a period, my cramps are like horrible, and I just always want to go to sleep on the first day of my period. But I didn't do that yesterday. I hung out with one of my friends, and I just took some medicine and everything, and so I did that. But it was just, yeah. And so it was like double pain. Like not only was it like the physical pain, but it was mental pain too, because the period just reminds me of the fact that no, I'm not pregnant yet. And yes, I have been trying for like 6 months. Like I just started trying the month after, like when my HCG levels went back down to 0. That's when I started trying again, and it hasn't been happening since then, you know. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk to you guys about that, and see if you guys knew anything that would help me in the long run for that. My husband has been taking some chewy vitamins that I got him, so I was like, this will work, it will happen, okay, it will. And and I was taking some vitamins, but they're not chewy. They're just the normal prenatals. Because, like, maybe that'll help, but I don't know. I guess I'll start back taking them again. It's just taking them every morning reminds me. Like, if I don't get pregnant this month, then the next month I'll just be like, oh, well, I took all of those for nothing. But yeah, so that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about today. And I will see you guys later.